Welcome back, guys. I'm Noun003 here, coming at you with another Killer Instinct character tutorial, and this time we have officially made it to Season 3 of the game. And yeah, starting off Season 3 is going to be Kim Woo. So she's actually one of the characters that I knew the least, just throughout the history of my time in this game in general, but she does have a lot of fun gimmicks to her playstyle, aside from the fact that I'd say one of her main weaknesses is the fact that she does not have a long-range low attack, which, you know, blocking high against her is definitely like the preferred strategy. Like, the longest reaching attack is the crouching heavy kick, as you can see here. But anyways, yeah, we could get into the basics here. So first off, you got the jabs here. There's a light punch, medium punch, decent in range. Heavy punch, roughly the same range. Light kick, medium kick, and heavy kick. Probably the longest range to normal attack. And in terms of like the special attacks, you got crouching kick. Here, right here, got that. That's heavy, light, medium, heavy. But if you do down, forward, it's like down, diagonal, forward, heavy kick, you get this kind of sweep attack. It does slightly lunge, like, at the opponent, and it is a true low. So you can catch them off guard with that. But aside from that, that's pretty much the extent of her range, because it's not, like, truly incredible. But anyways, like, some of her decent gimmicks, especially with her nunchucks, as you can see here, is that you could spam medium punch and you get this. It's just a continuous like attacking like maneuver here. And the heavy version is no different, but instead it lunges like towards the opponent. And it is never ending. But since it doesn't chip, you could only do it for so long before, you know, inevitably an opponent can like shadow counter you, and you ultimately pay the price for it. So do that how you will. You could kind of mess with like the combo attacks. So you could do like heavy punch into medium punch into heavy, and then just kind of like fiddle with that. Those are like the extent of her combo attacks or her target combos. But yeah, that's like the basis of it. You got her forward grab. Simple 10%, you know, damage, just like most other characters. Got this here. But one of the interesting ones is a down back grab. Yeah, so the interesting thing about this is that, one, obviously it doesn't do any damage. But if you do it as a linker in the middle of a combo, you basically switch sides with the opponent regardless. So if you are trapped in a corner and you do manage to get a combo, bam. Yeah, it's a pretty decent like gimmick that she does have. So you could either choose to like cancel into the actual like grab, or you could choose to use this as a linker and either get yourself out of a corner, bring yourself into one. It does lessen the damage slightly, but regardless, it's kind of decent for, you know, styling on your opponents and stuff. So yeah, there's that for you. But anyways, yeah, that's like the extent of like her normal attacks. Her jumping attacks, the heavy versions are definitely the important ones because they can cross up. So you got heavy punch here, easy cross up, very good. But again, she does have kind of a floaty jump, so you gotta consider that. But aside from that, she is relatively quick. Even for like her regular, you know, like walk speed. And the kick is no different. So you got this here. It is a little bit more strict in terms of like distancing. But unfortunately it doesn't recapture. It's just like a hard knockdown. But that in itself is pretty decent damage, as you can see there. Like, I'd say roughly 10% in itself, which is pretty damn good, if I'm being honest. So, yeah. That's basically the gist of it for her normal attacks. So let's go into her down back punch. That's like the Firecracker And if you spam it, yeah, like you could keep doing it as much as you want. Light version, same exact thing. Heavy version slightly heads towards the opponent, as you can see. That's what the linker looks like. And if you do the heavy, it gives you a dragon here that kind of just circles around you. And we'll get into the reason for the dragon in a minute, but here's the shadow version. Simple, 5 hits, of course. Yeah, and yeah, every time you do the linker, it doesn't matter whether it's like a single of the green triangles or even 4. You're gonna guarantee yourself a dragon if you use that particular ender. So yeah, that's the extent of that one there. Pretty simple. So now we'll get into the down back kick. So this one really varies on the power of the button that you press. So down back kick, the light is overhead. So if you do catch an opponent like blocking low, you could throw him off with that. The shadow version is also an overhead, so keep that in mind. This is the medium, a simple 2-hit attack. Slightly lunges towards the opponent, but not by much. But the heavy version, although it is longer on startup, this is where the lunge kind of comes in, as you can see. Pretty good distance, but again, it's pretty dangerous as well. And yeah, that's like the basis for that. Shadow version looks like this. Linker looks like this. And in terms of the ender, it is a wall splat combo, so of course if you are close to the wall, you get the wall splat. Bam. Just end it with a grab, or end it with like a shadow version of a move. And there you go. You're all set there. And get pretty decent damage out of it. And yeah, so the last special move that she has, well, in terms of like true special moves, is her down forward kick. So this one is where the damage kind of really comes in with her. So the high attack or the heavy down forward kick, the heavy version looks like this, just like a high arcing kick attack, but it is very, very unsafe. Every version of this is unsafe. This one you get pretty decent grab, the recovery is roughly the same, but if you do the light version, pretty decent distance, as you can see. And it does a lot of damage, right? Like, that's for damn sure. And the shadow version is very damaging. So you're guaranteed at least 18% when you use it. And not to mention, if you do end it with this, the heavy version is gonna hurt a lot. And exactly the same thing with the shadow version. Pretty damn good damage, bro. Like, seriously. But another good thing about the shadow version in particular is that this is a really good reversal option. And honestly, the most powerful thing about this is the fact that if you do have a dragon, you can cancel out of that. Especially if you know that the opponent has blocked it and you are pretty much in the air, you can actually like cancel out of it and, you know, make it safe. You know, follow it up and just go to town, man. So yeah, I guess by that note, we can go ahead and talk about more of the dragons. But first, before we do, if you do all 3 punches here, let me put this to attacking here real quick. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, so the thing about this is that it's very, it is pretty strict in terms of timing. There we go. Yeah, you see? Like, so the frames in terms of using this is very, very strict. Like, you're given maybe 10 frames to kind of like parry everything. But if you do it in time, you are guaranteed a dragon, which is a very cool thing to know. But yeah, so like there's that. The all three kicks is what allows you to actually do like this quick dash move. And you can do it in the air, which is a great cross-up option for, especially for like the high-level players. This will throw people off guard, and even in the middle of special moves, as you can see right there, like it's very good. And with that, that's a pretty much a good segue into her instinct. So every like 3 seconds, she gets a dragon to kind of be summoned. She could only grab up to 3 at max, but yeah, this allows her to, again, like get forward towards the opponent. You could do cross-up options with her, and it's ultimately like definitely very dangerous, especially with people that know how to play as her. And honestly, like one of the good ones is if you do like this version, you could cancel and go to town. Because, yeah, it's like incredibly good. Yeah, like, you see what I mean? Like, things like that, bro. It is incredible. The things that people can do with this character. Yeah, like, and as I said, I use her very little, so I definitely don't have, like, the skills to kind of make her look fun. But regardless, that is the basis of Kim Woo, man. Like, again, like using the down back grab as a linker is a very fun thing to do. You could do this, bam, just additional damage that's incredibly effective. And again, like using the dragons, that's definitely the most important thing. And if people are trying to zone you out, that's where you get the parry and essentially get yourself a dragon. The dragons will actually allow you to also, here, let me show you. Yeah, so there you go. Down back, shadow kick. This is the effective option of going against zoners, but for like mid-range, roughly. So that is the extent of it. I know there's not really like too much with Kim Woo, but honestly, like talking about the special moves and stuff like that is the easy part. Using them and like kind of like utilizing them in a lot more creative and effective and more damaging ways with her is definitely where the difficulty comes in. So I think for that very reason is why she is considered like mid, if not like mid-low tier. Because she is incredibly difficult to be really good with. But once you do, man, like, especially if you find ways of making, like, these particular lunging kicks safe, especially when you have the dragons, and, like, the mix-up options with her, you're golden. Like, and I guarantee you that. So, that is the basis for Kim Woo, guys. Hopefully this was much shorter than most of the others. But hopefully, again, like, somewhat easy to understand. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So tune in next week where we dive into Tusk, another Killer Instinct 2 character. But in the meantime, this has been Unknown003. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Fight on, everyone.
Is that all you got? I've got a friggin' dragon. You can see how this ends, right? I've got a friggin' dragon. You can see how this ends, right?
Ready. Fight! Walk out!
can't run from fate. But you should have tried.
Supreme victory!